Government on its own should do something about wage award for its federal workers. That's number one.
It be like saying that civil servants now, and then they carry all the problems with they for this country. Hey. The problem will be like gala. It remain the same. 15 naira. Government they make policies now. Civil servants they affect pass. Every other person can make adjustments. Only civil servants. Once you hear dollar that high, person when they work for civil servant, the mind will fly. Phew. Because now so everything go take up money, including people when they sell logo. Once dollar high, transportation don't add money, yes, water don't add money, markets don't add money. Only civil servant today. It shall be permanent.
Small people.
Only their own day permanent. Only their own day permanent. What they want to do? Now their salary then they earn. Now they go still they earn. If anything, add market for market, then they earn 40,000. They tell you say bag of rice is now 40,000. You go use your salary buy out. Maybe you fry the rice. Use me now and chop out. You go turn rice like snacks. This period, if you get anybody maybe civil servant house, he offer you only rice and water. Chop am. He try. He too try. Because what did they pass through this period? Nobody is not there. He just be like saying only them. The ones when they regret that, those ones will be civil servants, will still be APC, will vote APC. Now they will say, let me use my hand, shoot myself for leg. And I know. Where it was the same people where they do sales gears now better pass people where they work as civil servants. Check out the when they do sales gears, they see tip. Now, people when they do sales gears, the oga feel look and talk say, you don't try for this motor. Let me add some more money for you. Who will add for civil servants? Or take a day off. You go wear suit, come work. Button your shirt. You got your every morning. People think say, I don't say what the way they do Nigerians. Once they see say you don't get job, nobody go tip you. They go they expect from your hand. It's not working with federal government. They come with prestige. Now federal job, bro. Yeah, federal. You know say the salary they the same since Obasanjo time. now civil servants they die aggressive office. Excuse me, madam. I'm trying to. Can't you see I'm busy? Let me say they make you go sign something for office. Hey! You suffer. Keep the paper here. Keep your bag here. They ask you, why are you aggressive? I'm just talking. I'm just greeting. Keep your greeting. Who asked you to greet? You know, go blame them. You know. Civil servants now be like person where they date girl where you know if you maintain.
God have mercy.
You date them, but you know say I cannot afford this girl. She can go at any time. You carry your mind for hand. If she open up, you are going to baby. Are you coming back? Mamma mia!
Rufai, I said we are not asking for new minimum wage. We are not asking for new minimum wage. So that is, That should be very clear. Labour is not asking today for new minimum wage. So what we are asking is that government on its own should do something about wage award for its federal workers. That's number one. Then number two, in the issue of tax freezing, from our estimation, if government, for those within those brackets, they are not really much. If today, in the entire federal civil service, we have about 600,000 workers, much more. If you look at all the agencies, parastatals, and all that, for those within that bracket, they are not much. Because if you join a civil service today with HND, for example, you are going to start at grade level 8. Then if you join with OND, in most cases, you start at grade level 6. So what that means is that it's those that joined with school certificate. And the population of these people, they have less than 2% of those that work in the civil service today. So from our estimation, in order to be able to, if you freeze that taxation for them within that bracket, it should not be more than something around maybe about 10 to 15 billion naira maximum. If you freeze it for them, then you can decide to do that freeze for a while. If you do that freeze for a while, then after you have put in the medium-term strategy and the long-term strategy, then you can now remove the freeze. So we are not saying you should freeze it forever, but you could say in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, that you could do a freeze.
Pastor Sosifo, if you can hear me.
So it should be about 15 billion per annum.
Subsidy removal without a well-thought-out palliative or even wage adjustment. Why must it be the worker that is down already that must continue to sacrifice? The time is now.
Right. You make a very, very important point there that Nigerians are down at this time. And if you agree and accept that they're down, don't you think an already bad situation could be made worse socioeconomically for Nigerians if this strike really does go ahead?
In the labor palace, a slave has nothing to lose than his chain. He that is down needs no fall. That is our position. It can be worse than this. It can be worse than this, that a worker can't go to work, he can't feed, he can't pay for his children's school fees. He can't even survive on 1 loaf of bread per day. Every day suffering. The worker goes to the office and sleeps in the office, takes his bath in the office, manages to get bread or akara to eat till the next week when he will go home and come back. When we have almost become destitute in the midst of plenty. And we are talking of why now on a bad situation. Nigeria shall rise again. If the worker doesn't earn his wage, the traders will not sell, the businessmen will not sell, industrialists will not perform. It is only when we earn our wage, that we purchase, the purchasing power, and then businesses grow, the economy grows. If anybody tells you that the economy is growing when there is no purchasing power, the person is lying.
Comrade Ajero, the question again that should bother many Nigerians, everyone thought you've been meeting with the government. When you say the government is insensitive, there were times we saw you and TUC have some kind of meeting with the government.
Yeah, when you say insensitive, if you don't meet with people, you won't know whether they are sensitive to issues or not issues. In all the meetings we attended, and in all the meetings where we made proposals, certain understanding on how to go, there's no approach to it, there's no response to it. Nothing has been achieved. From item 1 to item 7, or item 1 to item 5, nothing has been achieved. Is that not the height of insensitivity? Insensitivity doesn't mean when you don't meet. It is even worse when you meet and the person starts to look at you, or the person use, silence as a strategy. The person uses laziness as a strategy, that when you are tired, you leave. That's what we are seeing.